Good evening. Tonight we are joined all the way from Texas by TexWestus. First off, I can see where the Tex part of the name comes from. Where does the Westus come from?
Well, we live in West Texas, and basically we have a song called West Texas Wind, and one night Corbin was singing it, and it just came out twisted, and it came out the TexWestus Wind. Yeah. And
we thought it sounded cool for a band name at the time.
We were looking for a band name at the time, and we just kind of looked at each other and said, there it is.
Thought somehow that's really original sounding.
Yeah, and we live in West Texas, so it all kind of ties in.
Yeah.
Now, congratulations on last month's release of Lone Star. How does it feel to have new music out there?
So good. It's been a while since we've released anything new and something that we were actually like really excited about. And so this is one that we'd worked on for about a year before we released it. And so we were very excited to actually get it out into the world.
And what kind of reaction have you had to it then in the last month?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It is kind of a polarizing song. It's, if you listen to the lyrics, it's very intense. And so some people really appreciate the message in it, and then other people don't. So it's that's kind of what we expected with it.
That's kind of the point of the song. It's basically a song just for in the Texas market. We haven't really
Texas especially, but yeah,
we haven't gone. That song is not necessarily a national release like something we're gonna do here in the future.
I will say it's gotten a lot more buzz than I anticipated it getting. I thought we would just kind of quietly release it and just put it on Spotify. But no, it's actually taken off more than I expected it to. So that's always.
Do you think you had a bit of a shock when they delved into the lyrics of it?
Yeah,
yes.
Probably. Did you delve into the lyrics of it?
I don't really know what I was expecting, but when you hear a song called Lone Star, you expect it to be quite, I don't know, pro-Texas and all that. It really isn't.
It was a little more intense than that, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely pro-Texas in its own way.
So what was the recording process like for that track with all the lockdowns recently?
That one actually was pretty special. We recorded that one in Fort Worth, Texas, and we only had 4 people total in the studio during that time. We had our drummer, we had the sound engineer, we had our bass player, and then I guess 5 people because I'm myself included, and then Corbin. It was just very small and very intimate, and we had a lot of fun with that song. Yeah,
we just had drums and bass, and then Chloe and I did the vocals, and then I did all the stringed instruments. So it was easy to keep it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was different, small. But it was actually a lot of fun having it that intimate.
Now the lyric video is out. Can we expect a full music video for it, do you think?
Maybe in the future. I don't think
probably not this song. We do have some more things that we're going to release an actual EP probably midsummer, and so we're kind of more focusing on that right now. Everything costs money, so we're trying to prioritize where we want to spend it.
Excellent. Right, do you want to play your opening track for us then?
Absolutely. Since we've been talking about it, we may as well go ahead and play Lone Star. This is our current single.
If you're gonna play in Texas, you better throw away that fiddle. Act like a fool, break all the rules, and you'll launch just like a missile. Make sure it's the crown you drink, and you'll be crowned the king. Hit that 8-ball shot like you forgot. Your mama hears those songs you sing. You get called an outlaw, a rock star, just living that celebrity dream. You think you're a different sound, but you got it all wrong. Hell, it's worse than Tennessee. Where's your class, boy? Are you the real McCoy? Don't you know you won't get far? 'Cause you're all the same, just got different names. And now you ain't a real Lone Star.
job is to be pretty and take a backseat to the boys. They'll smile and wave and tonight all day, but she'll never have a voice. 'Cause women should be seen, not heard, so her songs play once a day. There'll be one or two on their festival so they can keep lawyers away.
You get called an outlaw, rock star, just living that celebrity dream. You think you're a different son, but you got it all wrong. Hell, it's worse than Tennessee. Where's your class, boy? Are you the real McCoy? Don't you know you won't get far? 'Cause you're all the same, just got different names. No, you ain't a real all-star. Well, I'm not sure Hank would have done it this way. You get called an outlaw, a rock star, just living that celebrity dream.
You think you're a different son, but you got it all wrong.
Hell, it's worse than Tennessee. Where's your class, boy? Are you the real McCoy? Don't you know you won't get far? 'Cause you're all the same, just got different names. Now you ain't a real lone star. Now you ain't a real lone star.
Thank you very much for that. Now, do you have a kind of a sound in mind when you go into your sessions?
Yeah, we always do pre-production beforehand. Our sound is definitely, I normally play electric guitar, and so
He's very inspired by 80s hair metal. So like Van Halen, Rat, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be an element of that in our stuff. But I grew up on 90s country music, and so I try to, pull some of that in as well. And so
we mix really well. We try to make really epic sounding country music. It's kind of our niche, I guess.
Yeah, motto. Epic country music.
Nothing but epicness.
So what is the sort of live music situation like in Texas at the minute?
They just opened Texas back up completely about 2 weeks ago. So everything is open. Bars are finally back at 100% capacity, whereas before bars had been absolutely shut down. And then just within the last couple months, they were able to open up back to like 50%. And so now everything's at 100%. And so, yeah, things are really starting to get rolling again. And so it's very nice as musicians to actually say we have a job again.
How did it feel that first time being back on stage?
Oh, it was great.
Incredible. Yeah.
It was great. And although we felt a little rusty just from the live aspect, we still rehearsed with our band all last year just to make sure we stayed up to speed. But we were ready for it, and the audience was ready for it. It was a very great evening.
Now, you did manage to get a few tracks out over the last year.
Yes.
Had the pandemic kind of changed how you plan to release music in the last 12 months?
Absolutely. We really did have a plan to maybe do a full album.
I think it helped for the better, though.
But it did help for the better. We really got to just take our time with it instead. And instead of doing a full album, because we weren't able to actually play in person, we decided to kind of release one song at a time. So that way people still had new, and we still had, some relevant things to do at the time. And then we got to actually spend a lot of last summer just quarantining in Nashville and we spent about 2 weeks just writing songs. And then we went in and we recorded this EP I talked about earlier that we will be releasing this summer. So it really did work out for the best in a way that we wouldn't have been able to do it had we had to continue touring last year.
So how did you find engaging with fans when you weren't on the road?
Well, we had to do a lot
of social
we had to
media.
do a lot of online stuff, which I can't stand really because I like connecting in person with people.
It is harder to connect online, but we did a lot of, Facebook Live, Instagram Live, that kind of thing, just making sure that we were always on social media in some way, shape, or form.
Which is tough as artists because as far as I know, most artists can't stand it.
Neither one of us are very social media oriented.
I've heard a lot of artists, they don't really like that as much, which is totally understandable. Like playing music is something you're supposed to do in person. I feel like you're supposed to, connect with people. And so it's been tough, but you
gotta do what you gotta do.
And the one thing that really sucked about it was, it was great because we connected with a lot of new people, but there's been so many people online that the algorithms have been extremely tough. And whereas before something you put up there may gain, this much, well, now because there's a ton of people on, it's just stuff.
Well, especially with the
stuff
lives,
can get buried a lot quicker.
Yeah, usually with lives you get pushed up to the top, but when everybody is live at the same time, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Now, I know a few weeks ago you had your first chance to kind of engage with UK fans by doing a sort of a headline show for us over here. What was that experience like, getting to find out about the scene over here?
Oh, it was great.
So exciting.
We've heard a lot about Europe being crazy about country, and one of our things is that we just want to tour the world. So it's like,
we would love to be able to go over, in person, but just the fact that we have, that's the beauty of social media, is that we actually are able to communicate and perform and participate in things like a festival in the UK without actually having to leave home. And so that was a cool thing. And just being able to reach an entirely different audience is really very cool.
We got to stream the whole concert performance, and it was really cool. We had a lot of fun doing that, and I think people enjoyed it a lot. So
we hope.
Well, from the comments, it seemed like it.
Excellent. Here, do you want to play your second song for us now?
Sure.
What shall we play?
Well, like I said, we have an EP coming out this summer that we're very excited about, and I do believe that this song will be the first song that we release from it. The song is called Nothing to Lose But the Lonely.
Friday night neon whiskey business. I see you're looking, but you're keeping your distance. Girl, the band's got the dance floor waiting for us. You've been sitting there alone too long. I get the feeling that it's probably 'cause the wrong guy made it hard to start to even try to move on. So take a little step up to the edge and grab my hands and we'll both jump in. Now there ain't no rush, we can do this slowly. Take a chance, don't be afraid to hold me. We've got nothing to lose but the lonely.
I've been saying no every time I get asked, but if you say hello, I'm probably gonna say yes. I get this feeling I've been needing when I catch your eye. Maybe you think the smoke is adding to the mystery. I see you over there, drowning out your history. Tonight you're fighting the same
same broken heart as me. So take a little step up to the edge, grab my hands and we'll both jump in. Now there ain't no rush, we can do this slowly. Take a chance, don't be afraid to hold me. We've got nothing to lose but the lonely. The truth is I didn't come to this place to play it safe. So take a little step up to the edge and grab my hand and we'll both jump in. Now there ain't no rush, we can do this slowly. Take a chance, don't be afraid to hold me. We've got nothing to lose but the lonely. We've got nothing to lose but the lonely. Oh, the lone, oh, the lone, oh, the lonely.
Thank you very much. That's a really nice one. What was that one called?
That's called Nothing to Lose.
Excellent. So with the last year, do you think it's kind of given you more time for songwriting?
Absolutely.
Definitely done the most songwriting we've ever done. But we've got a lot of killer songs out of it, I think.
Yeah. Now we kind of do have enough material to actually do a full-length album the next time we are able to go into the studio. So
now, did you do many sessions over Zoom with other writers, or were you able to do them in person?
Yeah, mostly over Zoom. I'd say at least half of them are over Zoom.
it was probably like 90% Zoom. And then during those 2 weeks that we were able to be in Nashville, we did get to do face-to-face with a few writers. But honestly, most people were more comfortable over Zoom, given everything that was happening.
So do you feel like you can get the same out of a session over Zoom as in person?
It depends on who you're working with.
It's been okay. There's been some of them that I really enjoyed the in-person thing, but I mean, when Zoom's what you got, I mean, you can make it work.
Obviously, if we had our choice, it would be in person. But, you know, if Zoom's all we got, then we're going to make it work.
Do you think that'll be something that's here to stay now, especially for you guys being out in Texas, rather than having to constantly go to Nashville to write?
I mean,
I think so.
I could see it staying, but I'd still rather travel.
We would rather travel, but honestly, we're writing at least once a week with different writers.
So it's very helpful in that aspect.
Yeah, because it's that often, Zoom helps a lot. It would be a lot to have to travel that much.
Now, if you could go back to last March when the lockdowns all started, what kind of advice do you think you'd give yourselves?
Don't get your hopes up.
Just be patient. Yeah. I think we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know how long this was going to last. We definitely just kept thinking like, oh, give it a couple more weeks, it'll be over. Give it a couple more weeks. Okay, a couple more weeks, and I think if we could just go back and tell ourselves like, be patient, don't count on the live shows, but focus on being creative, focus on the, creative side of music, it's going to be just fine.
And have you set yourselves any aims then for the rest of the year now with an EP nearly ready to come out and live shows back up and running?
Just honestly, just getting back out there. Our biggest aim is to just play live shows again, and build our TikTok. That's another.
Oh, go on then. How are you finding TikTok?
I enjoy watching TikToks. I do not enjoy creating TikToks.
Well, it's just, I mean, we got into music because we liked playing, not because we wanted to be social media gurus. It's like, and that's what's weird about the modern day deal is just that
Yeah, you kind of have to be experts in all manner of
If you're
technology.
an independent artist, you have to do that. If you get signed by a big label and they're willing to work for you, you don't have to do that as much. But if you're trying to do independently, it's
a lot of work.
It's like 3 full-time jobs that don't really pay you.
Now, obviously, you're over on our Instagram account as well today. So what can we expect from the rest of the day from you?
We are probably just going to post random things, especially to stories. I think we may just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
No, that's good to hear. Okay, and we're going to play one final song then to play us out, aren't you?
Awesome.
All right. Let's see.
You pick it.
Me pick it. I don't know. Let's see.
To Houston.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
We
This
should do
is-
that mashup we just worked up, but it's not an original. So.
Yeah, this was our biggest song from 2020. This is called Houston, You Got a Problem.
If I can remember the words,
You got it.
like I did. Doors weren't made to slam that hard. Cars weren't made to drive that fast. She's been wanting to live life like that. Bags weren't made to be packed that full. She's been wanting to break all the rules. She left Austin as quick as a flash. When she gets that look in her eyes, boy, you need to run for your life. She'll chew you up and spit you out without a reason why. She'll leave just when you're begging her to stay. Yeah, Houston, you've got a problem coming your way. Fists weren't made to go through walls. Heads weren't made to hurt this bad. But since she left, this is how it's been. Hearts weren't made to be broken too. So like she's got nothing else to do. Because she does it again and again. When she gets that look in her eyes, boy, you need to run for your life. She'll chew you up and spit you out without a reason why. She'll leave just when you're begging her to stay. Well, Houston, you've got a problem coming your way. She gets that look in her eyes, boy, you need to run for your life. 'Cause she'll burn you up and smoke you out just like her Marlboro lights. 'Cause when she gets that look in her eyes, boy, you need to run for your life. She'll chew you up and spit you out without a reason why. She'll leave just when you're begging her to stay. Well, Houston, you got a problem coming your way. Yeah, Houston, you've got a problem.
Oh, Houston, you got a problem.
Well, Houston, you've got a problem coming your way.
Thank you very much. And thank you so much for joining us today and also for taking over our Instagram account as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank y'all for having us.
That's all right.